Oh, how exciting. Now, like I said, I know there was no fund pot or prize, but, and Anshu leaving safe in the knowledge that everyone really liked the idea. The majority of the room, the majority of the punters really is a nice accolade, a mental accolade to take home. Okay. We are now coming to the final sessions of the day. I know we just had an exciting session, but if you could shh a little bit, that would be fab. Guys, take it over there. Okay. Now, I just wanted silence because, or near silence, because our next session really, really is a good one. You guys are about to embark on an inspiring journey. You're about to embark on an inspiring journey as we explore the incredible stories of dynamic business owners of Ladakh, India, a mountainous region in the Himalayas. Now, they have defied boundaries and are making their mark on the global stage. You're about to discover their remarkable journeys of triumph over challenges, perseverance, and the pursuit of their entrepreneurial dreams. Now, these extraordinary individuals have harnessed their passion, resourcefulness, and unwavering determination to build successful businesses from the ground up. Now, I won't be moderating this session, but I'm going to hand over to my pal, who am I handing it over to? Vikram Chandra, who's back on stage, and he's going to do a great job. I don't doubt that for a second. So come on down, and I'm going to hand over to you.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Well, yesterday, Manoj, as he was speaking, was talking about these people really being 4 individuals whom we have to celebrate. What they've done, but their entire journey of entrepreneurship coming from Ladakh, a place which has not always been known for entrepreneurship, whereas they were telling me when we were speaking a short while ago, a lot of people say, yeah, but let's do tourism, let's do government jobs, let's do that. And they've made their own path, they made their path in entrepreneurship, and in some really interesting businesses, would you believe it? Brewing and tea and herbs. So let me invite you up on stage to Brew. Do come and take a seat, and I'll introduce you once you're here. Come. Why don't you, the two of you, grab a seat there, and the two of you come here. Padma, you got your mic? Okay, good, great. So, with us, Padma Angmo and Rigzin Angmo, who are from Nima Goos. Yes. Great to have you with us. And we have Deachen, Chusket, and we have Jigmet Angmo, who are the co-founders of Ladakh Brew. So thank you all so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Before I come to your journey of entrepreneurship and how it worked and the role that Naropa played in all of this, I want to first get you to just talk about your businesses, right? And what you've actually built and why you thought of these particular areas. Should we start with Nima Goos first?
Yeah, sure.
Herbs and tea and all the other exciting products that you're coming up with. Pesto also there somewhere?
Right. Hello everyone, Jule from Ladakh. My name is Rigzin and I'm one of the co-founder of Nima Goos. Nima Goos translates to sunflower in Ladakhi. And why we started this was Ladakh has abundance of high nutrient crops and herbs. And sadly, we don't see it out in the market. So that is where we realized we need to do something about it. And that is how Nima Goos have started. We have varieties of teas, pestos, and preserves. And our whole idea is to share the natural goodness of Ladakh with the world and also contribute to the livelihood of farmers and foragers we work with.
Tell us a little bit more about the products. What exactly are you coming into the market with?
So we have like barley, buckwheat, natal, and then we have sea buckthorn, wild sia. Sia is the roses that grows widely in Ladakh. And apart from that, we have 2 varieties of pestos, apricot kernel pesto, sun-dried tomato pesto, and then apricot preserve. The pestos is actually the recipe of Ladakh, which has actually sort of forgotten. So that's the recipe we are bringing back to the shelf of everywhere.
So the recipe is not an Italian recipe, but it's a Ladakhi recipe. And the kind of products that we have are like...
Is that really the case? The Italians stole it from Ladakh?
They've
been going around saying pesto to everyone.
Yeah, maybe during the Silk Route, maybe then.
Okay, well, sea buckthorn also, I mean, you keep hearing about it coming from China, but you were telling me a short while back that the nutritional value of the sea buckthorn in Ladakh is even better, and it's considered a superfood.
Yeah, it is. Actually, Ladakh being at an altitude, whatever grows there, it actually has the nutritional value at a very high level. So 70% of sea buckthorn comes from Ladakh actually, like from the Indian perspective, like from the India.
And high in vitamin C, because
Full
during
of.
COVID it was like the hit product in Ladakh itself said that we were not able to market it best, and that is where we felt like, you know, we need to be the bridge, you know, where we have these resources, and at the end and the other end there are people who want to consume it. So that is where Nima Goos comes as a bridge. Yeah.
All right, how that model is actually working, I'll come to in a couple of seconds, but let me turn to you, because it's not just brewing from Ladakh, but it's chang, and getting chang to the people. Is chang brewed also not from rice but from barley? So talk to us a little bit about it.
First of all, I'd like to thank IGF, Ritesh, Naropa for having us here. Thank you so much.
Manoj.
Yes, Manoj especially. So I'm Deachen, Chusket. Hi everyone.
I'm Jigmet. Hi.
Yes.
Thank you.
We are Ladakh Brew. So the idea started in 2020. It was during the lockdown. Every idea I think comes during the lockdown only. So it comes during the lockdown. I was stuck in Shimla. So my friend, she was from Sikkim, and she made this wonderful wine out of apricot. So I was like, okay, there are something already in the Ladakh, but nobody is doing anything about it. So I was like, okay, why not try about this? And then I met Jigmet.
Yes. For me, like how it started, like in market, you know, in Ladakh, chang is very famous, you know, it's very traditional. Every tourist in there like ask me, I'm from the main city, so like, where do you get chang, where we can find chang and all, but there's no place where can we find chang in the market. So we thought, why not we have it in the market and sell it. That's how I thought like we should have like a proper brewery thing.
Yes, and also why we are doing this, that's because chang is the traditional beverage over there. So it has been consumed by people for centuries, but with the modernization, this tradition, this art has been forgetting away, like this has been fading away. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to bridge this gap between this traditional art and the modernization. Yes.
All right, now I have to say that I spent a fair number of days, misspent days in my youth trying to actually find chang in Delhi, and it's not easy to get. It's very, very tough to find chang in most places outside the Himalayas.
Yes.
But then when you're trying to sell that, when you're trying to market that, then there would be issues, right? Because how do you bottle it? How do you can it? How do you transport it? Those must be problems you're still working on.
Yes, these are the like problems we are facing. You know, the chang has a very short shelf life. So basically, we want to like, you know, right now we are working on the product development part, and soon we will launch it.
Yeah, unlike like other beers, we don't use hops in it. It's just the local barley, the local yeast, and the water. So the shelf life is a big challenge over there, but we're working on that.
For those uninitiated into chang, how exactly is that different from beer? They're similar, but not exactly the same.
Yeah, I'll say if you first I'll say taste. The beer is a little bit bitter when you taste it, but the chang is very mild taste.
Smooth.
Yeah, it's very smooth, and then also the ingredients. I'll say ingredients make the big difference among the beer. Everything that we use is locally grown. So yeah, and also it has health benefits also. Like I remember my mother, when I was used to stay in village, my mother always give me like this much of chang, like mixing with the barley flour in it, saying that drink it, it's good for the immunity, and also for the joint pains, for the digestion, it's very helpful. Even the traditional doctors over there, like they suggest to have chang.
How old were you when your mother was telling you to have chang?
I think I was very small.
I'm not sure you should be drinking chang even now, but you know, how old were you when all of this was happening?
I think at that time I was maybe like 10, 11. But there it's fine. Like we consume it like not in a very high quantity, but in a very small, mixing with the barley flour, which is actually good.
Can I get you to verify that?
Yeah, we do
definitely.
drink that.
You can have chang when you are 10 years old and
Yes.
it's okay, doesn't
Because
have.
it has health benefits.
Yeah.
Like it is really good for the digestion and everything.
Digestion is the main point,
thing
yeah.
out there. So
Okay,
it
fine.
has.
You got endorsement. You got endorsement from other bodies. All right, let's turn to this. Great idea. That's and it's good that you guys have got ideas. Now, how do you take ideas forward? And I think that's one of the questions we'd also like to understand because obviously India being the sort of the scale and the size and the number of talent and the number of people who are talented like you, and they all want to get their ideas out there. Having great ideas is one thing, having great products is one thing. How do you execute on them is the other question. How were you able to do it? And when did you think that, oh, it's a nice idea, but maybe we can do something with it?
Yeah. So as I said, it was at the Naropa Fellowship where we had this idea.
Tell us a little bit about the Naropa Fellowship
Yeah,
so people get the context.
Right. So we were the first batch of Naropa Fellowship. So Naropa Fellowship is first kind of a entrepreneurship development course that has happened in Ladakh. And it is a 12-month course where we are taught about pitching, marketing, pricing, everything related to entrepreneurship.
Leadership,
And we had, leadership. And we had faculty flying in from UPenn, all these Ivy League colleges and coming to Ladakh and teach us. And we would have never ever thought like a remote region like Ladakh would have this kind of faculties. And we were blessed to have such faculties and this kind of program in Ladakh.
I think Naropa like kind of laid the base for us where we can actually promote it. So it was the backbone of our the entrepreneurial spirit that we have. It's the Naropa from where we get the market.
I'm proud to say that most of the entrepreneurs that are in Ladakh right now are our students or have been an alumni of Naropa Fellowship. And it was at Fellowship, like going back to a question where we met and we had this idea and we started initially we started with pop-up stalls. We would go to all these festivals in Ladakh, selling cakes.
Buckwheat cake, barley tea, like very small scale.
Yeah, and people surprisingly loved it. Oh, buckwheat! It tastes so good and it's good for your stomach. It's gluten free, right? So there are many people with gluten allergy, and we were like, do something so that it goes on forever, non-perishable. So that is how we narrowed down our products to teas, which can be shipped easily around the world, which can be shared with the world. So that is how we started, and execution comes with so many thought into it. So we had 3 co-founders. The other one is also Padma. She's in Ladakh right now and handling the business for us. Yeah. So so all of us have distributed our work. We did many researches. We went to all this research.
Did you guys draw lots or something? How did you make us stay on Ladakh to keep working while you guys are here? Draw of lots, right? Twisting of arms. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, but timing matters because we started when Ladakh became union territory, and that was the time when we had all the government schemes coming to Ladakh, opportunities and the highlight. Yeah.
And then we have through Naropa we got to know about Ritesh Agarwal. Ritesh Agarwal got to know about us actually, and the IGF. So it paved the way for everything.
Okay, that's great. Now, you had a similar sort of a journey?
Yes, I was also in Naropa Fellowship. So the whole idea starts from there. And I'll say for us, getting an investor or a funders, anyone if you want to look, it's very difficult because honestly we come from very remote area. Like for us, this startups, this entrepreneurship is a very new concept. But then everything has been made easy through Naropa, through people like Ritesh, like it has been wonderful like that.
Yeah.
So that mentorship and that guidance really helps. But in a place like Ladakh, as we were discussing earlier, you're saying that entrepreneurship is not really something which is that well established. People are either saying let's get into tourism or let's get government jobs. So was that tough to do, to convince people that you should become entrepreneurs?
Ladakh was all about tourism and having a government job, but today we are very proudly we can say that we are able to know about startups. We are learning from very big entrepreneurs to how to invest, how to grow. So yes, we are gradually not very fast, but we are gradually learning to get into the market.
Yeah, even all of us, I'll say, we are also struggling with our parents. They'll be like, what are you doing? What kind of like business are you into? Why don't you go into some good decent government job? Why don't you get some?
So government
like
job is still the thing,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Government
Yeah.
job, go get a government job.
Even if it's the lowest level of government job, please go. You know, my parents would be like, just go for it.
So you've got it, you are a graduate, but do grade 3, grade 4 government jobs. That's still.
Yeah, like it's like they would prefer anything, like.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm still struggling, but I think we have reached the level where they are actually
Trying
believing
to
in the
understand.
idea that we are
Now
supporting.
I
So
feel
we
like now we are
supporting.
in London, so my mom will be like, okay now.
We have
They're going to take lots of pictures of this, so you can send
Yes,
it back and say,
I'm
which
on
government job would have got us there to the
definitely.
IGF.
Yes, I'm on it. I'm keep sending I'm sending her photos every time. Yes, so she's okay with it.
Okay. Does the gender also play a role in this? I mean, is there a difference in Ladakh when it comes to this? A male saying, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, or do they also face pressure?
No,
to go
I
into
think we in
tourism?
Ladakh, this is the best thing. We don't have gender bias. We are women's are equally in the fields, we are doing equally and equally, but more than that, more than men. So we are very proud in that we have no gender biases there. And yes, women are doing far more better. We can sell more better than the guys.
Yes,
We can do much.
But like Jigmet said, Ladakh is the place where there is gender equality. And it's the people from outside coming to Ladakh and giving this this kind of views where you are
You are
3 women
girls.
in this team, you need a man in
Men in
your
your
team.
team, yes.
How are you going to handle logistics? How are you going to drive? All these things, all these petty
And then
issues. Yeah.
for the driving part, since we deal with farmers, and the farmers live very far from where our main unit is, so we have to drive. So that was the question when we were pitching for our ideas, how will you drive? And at that time we didn't know how to drive. And within a year, within few months, we started learning, started driving, and then we went to all these far-flung villages of
and now we
Ladakh,
don't
driving
have a
our
man
own
in our
self.
team and
Yes.
still handle.
And by the way, that's an interesting part of the business, not just what you're doing,
Yeah.
but you're also getting a lot of farmers involved and foragers also.
Yes.
So how does that work?
We have right now the main agenda of Nima Goos was to actually promote the agriculture sector. Because of tourism, many of the lands are abandoned and all. So that was the idea that let's promote agriculture part. So then we started working with farmers. We started promoting the barley, because barley is one of the very crucial crop of Ladakh. So we work with first we started with 5 to 6 farmers that they were not believing our ideas first, but then later on we are right now working with around 20 farmers, out of which 5 are foragers who forage the nettle and other herbs from up 4,500 above sea level sort of thing.
So you can't grow some of that stuff, right?
No,
They have to go
you
and
cannot.
find it actually.
You have to go you have to find the right spot where the herbs, the medicinal herbs grows. So you have to go there, and only the foragers know where to get it.
Right. Well, I have potential clients for your barley sitting right out here. I'm sure you've spoken about it.
And I feel farmers are the most important person in the whole world, and my grandfather says that farming, if once people start moving and migrating to the urban cities, it's end of it. Even in Ladakh, though people are still in Leh, but then they are still migrating to Leh, the main city. And the farming culture is also decreasing. So I feel the youth should step up into the fields and start growing whatever. We have lots of glaciers, water coming up. So why not utilize all those resources when we have otherwise it's global warming, guys. So we should be really aware of that thing as
So
well.
when it comes to the branding and the marketing, and including Ladakh, the fact that Ladakh should be seen as a center for entrepreneurship or innovation. We were just talking about 3 Idiots after that, and everything that happened, and the most talented scientists coming from Ladakh.
Yes,
Did it help in that rebranding?
3 Idiots, it boosted our tourism culture there.
But not the innovation part.
Innovation, but yes, we are able to sell our products to those who are coming tourists. We are able to sell our genuine, authentic Ladakhi products. Otherwise, in Ladakh, you get to see all the Kashmiri shawls and all. But we have also genuine Pashmina shawls, like coming from the remotest and the like backward areas of Ladakh. We have genuine 100%. We also got the GI tags for Pashmina shawls and Halman apricots. Those so these are the best thing that happened this year by the UT administration after like becoming UT. This has happened.
The fact that Ladakh is now a union territory, has that helped? So if you're not now dealing directly with the center, everything is not going via Srinagar.
Yes. This is the best thing that happened. Yes, the funds are directly coming to Ladakh. Not like coming earlier. It has to happen like the Kashmir government used to get it, the funds, and then they have to like
whatever left.
Yes.
UT has put the Ladakh on the map of India.
Yeah,
actually.
and it's also because there are so many schemes that we can avail, and whenever we have this, last time we were at Asia Pacific Summit, and there were people from Nepal and all these countries. They were like, "What do you have a startup friendly country? Like, how is it India?" We said like everything is taken care by the government. We just have to be there with the products, and I'm really proud of this fact that we are Indians. Like living in such a ecosystem is really good for us. And so many schemes, especially for women, and that's the good part about being a woman entrepreneur. We have so many schemes helping women entrepreneurs, raising up to that level, and yeah.
Well, that's really good to hear, and it's good to hear that support is coming in directly. Okay, 1 minute 40 to go. So I just want to ask you, what are your next steps? What do you plan to do? What's the next 5 years?
So we are genuinely focusing on like product development. Like yes, beer is there, but Chang is very different. No preservatives, nothing. It's very healthy. So yes, and then apart from that, Ladakh has like apricots. It's very famous there. So we are trying to have apricot wine, and soon I think we'll serve you that.
Yes. Apricot brandy, try it. Apricot brandy
yes,
is supposed to be. Apricot brandy is also supposed to be good. By the way, cider, you should have it while you're here before you go back. Cider is not entirely dissimilar to Chang. Your next steps?
More product development, more into teas,
And we are looking for investment.
Okay, you're in the right place.
we are ready to see our products in European countries.
Yes.
Because this is where our target customers are, who want to have that good
nutritional high
nutritional
products.
Himalayan products to be exact.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Okay, 30 seconds to go. One quick question from anybody? Or funds, as the case might be.
So can we get a lot of supply of Chang next time they come here?
Absolutely. Absolutely, we will. We will love to do that.
Only for health reasons. We're all going to have copious quantities of Chang next time we are here.
Yes.
And only for health reasons, no other reason. And then some Ladakhi tea to wrap it up in.
And we would love to host you there in Ladakh. You guys are invited.
Everyone is invited.
All right. We are out of time, but thank you so much, and thank you so much for making India proud.
Thank you so much. It's London was a dream, but like I feel like we all have a karmic relationship. Like I think like we guys have met in the past, like past lives. That's why we are here, like meeting Manoj. I think like he's like my past some relation I had.
Good karmic deeds that we have done. That's why we met Manoj.
There you have it.
Thank you
there
so
you have it,
much.
Manoj. You're getting good karma too.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
A special round of applause to them.
Yes, Manoj should be here. Yes.